Everyone, we are back at it on this Wednesday morning. What a day we had yesterday with severe weather across the valley and then some massive, massive flooding problems late in the afternoon and into the evening, particularly in Mahoning and Lawrence counties. What will today bring? What sort of weather headaches can we expect? The day is not going to be the same as yesterday, but it still comes with its own risks, that is for sure. First things first, here at my house in Boardman, I picked up another .22 with a couple of renegade thunder showers overnight, bringing my 24-hour total now, this is my rain gauge here, 3.06 inches. And I think that's a pretty common number from roughly Boardman on west to roughly Canfield. Now, this particular Canfield area rain gauge is a little bit lower, but I do know that there has been some 3 to 4 plus inch amounts in this zone right through here. Notice the amounts as you go north and go south lower quite a bit over the last 24 hours. The 224 corridor is our trouble zone and it extends, of course, over into Lawrence County. Now this morning, as of 8:30, the weather is pretty quiet. It's warm, it's muggy. Dew points are well up into the 60s. We have a front still nearby, but we don't have a whole lot on the radar this morning. This band of showers off to our west has not been a whole lot to write home about at this point. Now, this is going to try to roll through as we go into the midday and into the afternoon hours today. And the question is, will this will the atmosphere recover and get it really unstable again and lead to more big-time thunderstorms? And I think that the answer to that is quite possibly. Now, that being said, the severe weather risk today locally is not quite as high as it was yesterday. This is the SPC outlook, the Storm Prediction Center outlook for today. The highest risk overall appears to be far southeast Ohio, southern PA, heading over towards the Philadelphia area. The slight risk gets up to about I-80, roughly. We were in an enhanced risk yesterday. We're kind of one category below that today. Let's not poo-poo the severe weather threat too much, though. Any storm that manages to get going this afternoon will still have the chance of bringing some hail and some strong winds. It's just the overall risk is not quite as high as it was yesterday, but it is still elevated, that is for sure. And we also have a flood risk once again today, even though the risk for training thunderstorms is not quite as high today. So here's our futurecast model taking us into the midday today. Here's noon, 1 o'clock. I think early to mid-afternoon will be our most active time, but you'll notice the latest run of our model here. You know, it doesn't have as numerous thunderstorms as we had yesterday. They're going to be here and there between roughly noon to 4 p.m. They'll be the most numerous, but they probably won't be as numerous as they were yesterday. The most numerous storms may be more focused closer to I-70 in central Ohio and then heading over towards the Panhandle, West Virginia, Wheeling, Steubenville, and over into Pittsburgh as well. So that's one thing to keep in mind today, that the number of storms will not be as high as yesterday. The threat for severe weather and the threat for training thunderstorms and flash flooding will not be as high as yesterday, but they're still elevated enough that we've got to pay attention to the weather today and keep in mind that any thunderstorm, even though they may not be as numerous, any thunderstorm that does get going will have the potential to be quite strong. Now, tomorrow will end up, I think, being a wetter day than today. The severe weather risk tomorrow may not be as elevated as yesterday and today, but a wetter day coming up on Thursday. And so between now and Thursday night, here's our model output for total rain. Pay attention to the kind of the end of the chart here. Anywhere from roughly 3/4 of an inch to 1.25 inches as an average. But as you know, in thunderstorm situations, these amounts can vary quite a bit. So this is just a rough average. Maybe don't take this as gospel, but the bottom line is we're going to see rain over the next couple of days at times, and it's not what we need after what we dealt with just yesterday and into last night. The Weather Prediction Center, part of the National Weather Service, does have our area outlined in a slight risk of excessive rainfall tomorrow. They don't have us in the slight risk today. Again, the flood threat's a little lower today. Tomorrow, though, with more numerous showers and the potential for a heavy thunderstorm or two, we're in that slight risk of excessive rainfall. It's not what we want to see after what just happened yesterday. Now, as you know, if you've been paying attention to the forecast, Friday is going to be a nice day. Friday, the sun will be out. Any showers will be off to our south. But over the weekend, looks a little unsettled. If you have outdoor plans for the first weekend of June, some showers and thunderstorms should become increasingly likely Saturday afternoon, and then another disturbance on Sunday will likely lead to a scattering of showers and some thunderstorms. So, I wish I had better news in the forecast overall when it comes to that first weekend of June, but right now it looks a little bit unsettled. We really would like to dry things out, especially in Mahoning and Lawrence counties, but again, pretty good chance of seeing some raindrops at times this afternoon and heading into the day tomorrow as well. So stay weather aware. Make sure you have the alerts turned on your Storm Tracker 21 app, as I suspect we'll see more flood products being issued, whether it be a flash flood watch or a flood advisory. So you'll want to be alerted to those. Make sure you have your alerts turned on, and make sure you are following me on all the social media outlets. And I'll see you this evening on 21 News at 6 and 11. Have a great Wednesday.